Hello, and welcome to the Mike Guarneri podcast. This is episode 16, and today I want to get to a Celtic practice. It's a little more of a simpler one. It's about getting back to nature. So, the Celtic culture is was very deeply connected to nature and a natural world. In fact, many of their beliefs, traditions, and practices are rooted in their understandings of the cycles of nature. And that's very important. They're they follow a wheel of the year basically, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes. But getting back to nature in the Celtic way means connecting with the land, the seasons, and the natural rhythms of nature. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm an inside dog. I don't go out very much. I'm always busy doing something, and just not a very outdoorsy person, and I have environmental allergies to pretty much everything. I haven't met an environmental allergy I'm not allergic to other than mold. So even just trying to sit outside and read on a nice day, creates allergy problems. I'm trying to get over that and force through it, but how many of us go outside? How many of us, end up playing a video game or watching Netflix or whatever instead of just going outside and hanging out outside? I think a lot of us, if we really think about it, are not spending much time outside. We're hiding from nature. And according to the Celts, that's not a good thing. So obviously one way to combat that is to spend more time outdoors. By immersing ourselves in a natural world, we can cultivate a deeper sense of connection and belonging. We can also tap into the wisdom and energy of the earth. I used to think that was a load, but not so much anymore. I think it's true. Nature's there and it communicates with us. I mean, for the longest time, there were those who claimed that the trees talk to each other. Well, how could that possibly be? Well, science has finally caught up and proved it. That trees do in fact communicate with each other, utilizing underground mushrooms. Who knew? So a lot of things we think are nonsense now might end up being true in the end. We're just waiting for science to catch up. So, other than being outside and doing outdoor activities, I try to just to go outside and sit on my deck and read, to do something. Even this winter, I've made it a policy to every day just to go outside and stand outside and breathe deeply for 5 minutes. Just take in the fresh air, take in the nature, the wind, and whatever else. So there's another way we can get back to nature, and that's observing the cycles of the year. The Celts had 8 festivals throughout the year. One of them is called Imbolc, which is actually today, February 1st. Happy Imbolc to everybody. The next one is the spring equinox, Beltane. It's a fire holiday on May 1st. The summer solstice on June 21st. Then you have Lunasa on August 1st, which is the first harvest. Yep, and then you guessed it, September 21st, we have the fall equinox. And then the biggie comes up on October 31st and November 1st. Can you guess what that one is? It's called Samhain. It's what we today call Halloween. That's what the Christians adopted as All Saints Day. It's a crazy great holiday, at least the way the Celts did it. I don't like it so much the way we have it. Too much vandalism. So by observing and celebrating these holidays, helps us get in touch with the earth and celebrating the changing of the seasons with some gratitude and reverence. I'm not going to go into what each and every one of these holidays or festivals is right now because that would take a long time. But they're all that way. They're all important. They all help adjust ourselves, adjust our bodies and our mentalities for the changing seasons. Yet another way to get back to nature is to do some gardening. Maybe build a vegetable garden. You know, if you have the space and the willingness, you can do some, animal farming, raising some animals. I want to try to actually this spring, if I can deal with it with my back. I like to have a little garden on my deck in one of those hydropod things. Have some fresh vegetables. That's all getting back to nature. Whether we like it or not, or realize it or not, we are part of nature. We're an animal just like the squirrels I see in my backyard. A lot smarter and bigger, but we're still animals. So ultimately, getting back to nature in a Celtic way means recognizing that we have an interconnectedness with the natural world and that we have to cultivate a deep sense of respect, and gratitude, and reverence for nature and for the earth. So let's let's use nature to tap into our wisdom, to the wisdom of the earth, to the wisdom of the universe. We can do that. The first step is getting outside, getting outdoors, get back to nature. And I mentioned before I have allergies, and if anyone else out there does too, I also brought this question up to Philip Cargam of the Order of Bards, Ovates, and Druids. And he said, similar to with the altar, we've all been outside, we've all experienced nature. If you have a particularly bad allergies in a day that you want to go outside, sit in a comfortable spot indoors, close your eyes, get into a little bit of a meditative state, and imagine yourself outside. Transport yourself there. Yeah, it's not the same thing, but it'll definitely, help. I know my backyard very well. If I see pollen blowing around outside, I can go sit in the recliner, close my eyes, take some breaths, relax a little bit, and I can envision myself outside. It works. Not the same, but it works. So, in any event, that's the first Celtic practice that I highly recommend is getting back to nature. Just a reminder, if you haven't done so already, please go to MikeGuarneri.com and sign up for my email list. The link is in the description below, or like I said, you can go to MikeGuarneri.com. Until tomorrow, have a great one.